Hi, Blue Review is back. I am going to do an unboxing video. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I know you guys have been desperately looking forward to this moment. I received a Walmart.com gift card from my peer support counselor. So I had no idea what I was I never go in Walmart. I don't like to support Walmart. They do have the lowest prices on Blu-rays of anyone online except for Amazon. They and Amazon are about equal in their prices, and their selection amazingly is tremendous. They have all kinds of boutique labels and rarities. They have like a Serbian film for sale on Walmart.com. It's not even on Amazon anymore. It's out of stock on Amazon, and now it's unavailable. I don't know if that means they like sold out the pre-orders, and then something clicked in, and their little censorship algorithm went bonkers, and they went, "Oh, we can't be selling a Serbian film." So I'm like, am I going to have to buy a Serbian film from Walmart.com in order to afford it? Maybe. I don't have it though. My good buddy Tim Tolbert did pre-order it though, so I'm looking forward to his report. In the meantime, though, I did order a box set, and I didn't have to use any of my own hard-earned money to get it. So I'm going to do an unboxing, and I also have some cheat notes, the write-up on this on Amazon, so that I can fortify my. I'm listening to some crazy jazz back there. I'm going to fortify my observations of the physical object here with some details about the set and the films. I'm pretty damn excited about this. I did say films. There's quite a lot of films in here. I'm going to pop the, whatever this stuff's called, the pops, the Air Plus. Okay, so, oh my God, this thing is beautiful. I think I'm in love. Okay, so how am I going to open this skillfully without damaging anything and or giving away too many surprises before I get it on camera? Let me take the shrink wrap off, and I'm going to finish teasing you a bit more. I will say it's from Severin Films, and I'm a loyal Severin customer, and I've enjoyed quite a number of their special box sets and limited edition items, and I've done videos on a bunch of them before I started doing videos regularly here. Oh my God, this is incredible. This doesn't open like sideways, horizontally, it opens vertically, kind of like the old Herzog Kinski Amker Bay set. Wow, this is amazing. Okay, so let's just break it down for you. This box out of the way here. All right, so this is the complete Lindsay Baker Giallo collection. That's Umberto Lenzi. I don't know if I've talked about him on here before, probably. I don't think I've reviewed any of his movies, but I've probably name dropped him a bit. That's Carol Baker, one of my favorite classic Hollywood actresses who had a really kind of short Hollywood career with like Baby Doll, great Elia Kazan movie, and the Carpetbaggers and such. And then started doing indie movies on kind of the fringes of Hollywood, like Something Wild, not the Jonathan Demme film, but the 60s one with Ralph Meeker that Criterion put out, which I'll review sometime. Really great downbeat, black and white indie noir-ish drama in the 60s, shot in New York. I first saw it on TCM, and then I found out it was on Criterion, so I got it during one of their sales. Carl Baker went on to do everything from Andy Warhol's Bad to Baba Yaga and in between, but her first European work of note, really, in late 60s was here with Mr. Lenzi. So this is the box. Look at this. That's the poster. I think that's the poster from Orgasmo, one of the movies in here. Yes, the Orgasmo, the movie by the guys from South Park, is not a remake of it. And there's some title confusion, and I'll clarify as I go through this. We'll look at the spine here. So it's got Orgasmo, So Sweet, So Perverse, A Quiet Place to Kill, and Knife of Ice. I have seen all of these movies previously. I think I saw every one of them on YouTube, and I saw them all. So Sweet, So Perverse, I borrowed from my former buddy Michael, a Giallo fanatic, who hooked me up with a lot of Giallos. He got it from, I think, Craig Ledbetter's European Trash Cinema fame years ago. I may have seen Orgasmo then too, maybe at his house. These last two, though, I only saw for the first time roughly 2017, I think, on YouTube, and I revisited this one then too. So these are, yeah, I'm going to read the back of this, and then I'm going to use my little crib notes, and we're going to pop this thing open and explore for a while. So here is the quote from the Spinning Image website, I believe. I think I've read it before. Pretty good film website. Bava pioneered the Giallo. Argento remains its quintessential auteur. Yet for a while, the director arguably said the standard was Umberto Lenzi with his string of glossy, kinky vehicles for glamorous Hollywood expat Carol Baker. So happy to have this. Okay, the simple joys in life. A life plagued with pandemic and no health care. This is the things that keep Americans sane, or keep insane Americans, insane or saner than the so-called sane Americans. All right, Italian writer-director Umberto Lenzi helmed popular peplums, created extreme poliziotteschi, and invented the Italian cannibal phenomenon with Man from Deep River. Classic. Don't take my word for it. Hollywood actress Carol Baker was the Golden Globe-winning, Academy Award-nominated star of Baby Doll, Giant, and The Carpetbaggers. Together, in the late 60s, early 70s, they made 4 landmark films that changed the erotic thriller and giallo genres forever. For the first time, experienced the complete Lenzi Baker collaboration on 6 discs, featuring restored, uncensored versions, alternate edits, remastered soundtracks, exclusive special features, and more. And we're going to break these down as to what's on each one, and I'm going to show you what they look like. And tonight I'm going to pop this thing open and start watching. I'm pretty fucking excited about this. Excuse my language. I hope I don't get on the YouTube ban list. I mean, I complained about no health care and I cursed within like 3 minutes. So I could be deactivated by tomorrow. All right, so this is a lovely set. They're all black. Some of the Severin discs have the black case as opposed to the standard Blu-ray blue case. Of course, Mondo Macabro does their limited editions with red cases. My Prince Purple Rain from Warner Brothers came in a purple case. It's always, and then there's some that are clear, that have clear cases. And occasionally you'll see a white one. So these are black. Okay, these are in the wrong order. I'm gonna have to switch these around. But okay. Oh my God. All right, Orgasmo. Check this painting out. This was probably from a Locandina, I would guess. I don't know the artist, but it looks a little familiar. Carol Baker and Lou Castel. This cover looks like the plot to that movie I heard about called, someone was telling me about it today. Gerald's Game from Stephen King, the kinky couple. He ties her up and chains her to the bed, and then he dies, and she can't escape. Have any of y'all seen this Gerald's Game? I haven't seen it. I've heard it's good, but a coworker of mine today explained to me in excruciating detail the plot and his morbid fear that his boyfriend was going to handcuff him to the bed and then keel over, and he'd be trapped there forever and starved to death while being taunted by the spirit of his dead lover. That's apparently what happens in Gerald's Game. That's actually a pretty good plot for Stephen King. A lot of his later books are kind of plot-wise. Anyway, I did like the movie Dr. Sleep. I didn't think I'd like it. I haven't read the book, but it was a quite good sequel to The Shining. Um, so let's read the back of this. Let's look at the back of it first. Okay, see, I love all this yellow, black, and red. This is a nice scheme they've got. This is a sweet looking set. This would look nice on anybody's mantelpiece. Only 4,000 copies of this were made. It doesn't say this on the back. It doesn't have like a limited sticker, but there's only 4,000 in it. And it came out in like July of 2020. So I guess I was lucky to snag this on. I guess Walmart jumped on this. They can afford to probably buy 1,000 copies themselves. Um, a quote here from Cinezilla, I don't know that site, says riveting. A true gem with a series of surprising twists and shocks that will most certainly find a new audience. Now, I don't know if that was, I guess that's a contemporary, like nowadays review, modern review, saying that 40 odd years later, this will find a new audience, which is cool. Includes the Italian director's cut, which is called Orgasmo, and the American version, which was called Paranoia. This is going to get confusing in a minute. Of the first Lindsay Baker hit. I wonder if Paranoia was a hit in America. I'm not sure because, well, I'll get to that. Okay. Another quote at the bottom says, a whole lot of fun. The sleazy mystery at the heart of Orgasmo is pure giallo. Says she blogged by night. My God, that's almost like my ex-wife. She never slept site. I hope she blogged at night as a more competently run site than that one I used to write for. Also, my good friends, shout out Sean Lee Levin and Heather Royston. That's the OG She Never Slept crew. We're like the survivors of the Sarah massacre. I'm not supposed to say those names. I'm gonna get censored if I keep this kind of stuff up. I'm really mocking just the current kind of freaky paranoid weirdness. I lost a subscriber today, and I think it's because on my last video I slammed the Trumps, but then I also slammed, the fact we didn't have health care like in the same paragraph. And, Trump wasn't getting us health care, but he wasn't actively blocking it like his successor is vowed to do. So, you could argue that I'm kind of like being like bipartisan, like, equal opportunity slamming of the political system. But I guess someone got triggered. Oh, well, fuck them. Okay. Back to Orgasmo. I'd rather talk about orgasms anyway than politics, or have orgasms than talk about politics. In their first startling collaboration, Carol Baker stars as an American widow who arrives at her late husband's luxurious Italian estate and surrenders to an orgy of menage a trois, madness, and murder. Writer-director Umberto Lenzi boldly fills the screen with bourgeois depravity, daring sexuality, and unnerving twists for the worldwide hit, which At the Mountains of Madness, which must be another review site, calls so odd, disturbing, and well made with that delirious giallo feel that's like a drug. That's very well put. Giallos are addictive. I mean, sometimes they all run together after a while, like spaghetti westerns or like Shaw Brothers kung fu movies, but these are like comfort food films for my kind of people, and then you guys know what I'm talking about, you people who are my kind of people. Giallos, though, there are more giallos that are, I have to say, genre-wise, that really stand out and are distinctive in and of themselves, comparatively spaghetti westerns and kung fu films, arguably. Now, among genres, if you want to call it a genre, blaxploitation arguably has the most variety because it's like all kinds of different genres. Those four are like my go-to cinematic comfort food genres. And I collect them and I catalog them and I make lists and I'm like all geeky and shit about it. Okay, so to go on, Lou Castel from A Bullet for the General, Colette Descombe from Monica, and Tino Carraro from The Cat o' Nine Tails. I do not remember this person from The Cat o' Nine Tails. co-star in this landmark psychosexual thriller released in the US with extra nudity as Paranoia, which is also included here. Now scanned from the internegative of LENZI's director's cut for the first time on Blu-ray. That's a little bit of a word salad of a sentence. What it means is that it was released in the US as Paranoia with the extra nudity. That's the X-rated cut. So there's two cuts on this, the Orgasmo, the Italian director's cut, and then the American non-director's cut, which is actually has more footage and more explicit footage. Usually the other way around, kind of. And the footage, the X-rated cut is not Orgasmo. So the Orgasmo cut is less orgasmic than the Paranoia cut. But is the Orgasmo cut more paranoid than the Paranoia cut? And it also says now scanned from the internegative. I think they mean the Orgasmo because that's the director's cut. And these are first time on Blu-ray. Hell, I don't even think these movies ever came out officially on DVD, Region A. I mean, Anchor Bay, Yellow Blue Underground, none of these, even Severin, none of these companies put these movies out. These have been MIA, kind of GIALLO, the lost years, like 68 to 72 or whatever. I'm pretty damn excited about this. I'm getting orgasmic just looking at this. Special features, director's cut. Okay, audio commentary with film critic, author, and academic Alexandra Heller Nicholas. Includes the US X-rated version. Subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Audio commentary with Mondo Digital's Nathaniel Thompson and Troy Howarth, author of So Deadly, So Perverse, 50 Years of Italian Giallo Films. My friend Sean recently read Mr. Howarth's tome. I have not read it. I don't have an opinion. I've talked to a variety of people who've read it, who are varying levels of Giallo familiarity, from kind of intermediate to like super passionate. Intermediate Giallo fans, as far as like people who've seen a few dozen Giallos, really into it, tend to really like the book. People I know who have seen a lot of Giallos, like way more than me, and I've seen quite a lot, tend to think Howarth's book is a little off about a lot of the movies. Totally subjective. I don't know Mr. Howarth. Only listened to a couple of his commentaries. They were okay. Not great, not bad, and interesting. He's no Tim Lucas, but who is really? He's like the god of commentaries. I do know Tim, though I haven't talked to him in some years. Troy got really angry at a good friend of mine, Bill White, because Bill White was making a joke about Marnie, the Hitchcock movie with Tippi Hedren, which Bill really loves the movie, and I think Marnie's just dreadful. I think it's the worst Hitchcock I've seen that I can think of. And I've only seen about 20 Hitchcock movies out of 5,000 movies he made. I didn't like Marnie, though. I thought it was really cheesy and uneven and just kind of disappointing. So Bill likes the movie, but he has kind of a perverse take on it, and Mr. Troy Howard was deeply triggered and offended and wrote these posts about it. And I was the common denominator between them. That's how they met, and I felt like I'd kind of created a sensation because Troy has a much bigger audience or platform than me or Bill do. Yeah, so I kind of haven't really, had any interaction with Troy since then, but I'm looking forward to listening to their commentary. I do like Nathaniel Thompson. I'm pretty sure he used to write for Video Watchdog and some other publications and zines I used to read. I'm friends with him on Facebook. He's real solid. Okay, this also includes Giallo Fever, a feature interview with director Roberto Lenzi and the U.S. trailer. So let's see what's inside of this thing. All right, the Italian poster as a card. Maybe this was a lobby card. I don't know. It's cool. And it's got the menu. Actually, this is the soundtrack. This right here is the Orgasmo soundtrack CD. So this has 2 discs. Obviously, there's 2 discs. This is a CD. See, it says compact disc. I'm pretty quick on the uptake. And I haven't even been drinking today. Orgasmo, and then this is the track listing. So at some point I'll listen to that. I'm not a big CD listener. I tend to like to listen to stuff digitally, but I can plop this into my Blu-ray and listen to it just as easily. And then this, of course, is the film on Blu-ray with the extras. So we have successfully navigated through the first film. Let's see if we can make it through the others. Oh my God, this is awesome. So sweet, so perverse. It's our man Jean-Louis Trintignant, who is kind of a king of art house cinema from France, and of course starred his share of giallos and dramas, and even an amazing spaghetti western, The Great Silence, arguably the greatest spaghetti western ever made, maybe. And there's Carol getting strangled by Erica Blanc. And this says, Carol Baker's Jean-Louis Trintignant, So Sweet, So Perverse, a film by Umberto Lenzi. Sinfully entertaining. It packs plenty of compelling surprises that thrill and titillate, says the spinning image. The perverse follow-up to Orgasmo, now remastered on Blu-ray for the first time ever in America. Giallos are like these really sensational films, and so I guess they really lend themselves to this really over-the-top, hyperbolic kind of description. I mean, it's beautiful, perfect. Clever and full of twists. Giallo lovers shouldn't miss this at any cost, says Rare Cult Cinema. I don't know that site. I haven't checked it out. Following the international success of Orgasmo, the second Umberto Lenzi-Carol Baker collaboration is a kinky retelling of Diabolique, featuring lush Paris locations, trippy flashbacks, a swinging score by Riz Ortolani, Mondo Digital, Cannibal Holocaust. He's one of, if not my favorite, Italian soundtrack artisans. And an all-star cast that includes Jean-Louis Trintignant of The Great Silence and The Conformist. Also great movie, The Conformist. Erica Blanc, Kill Baby Kill, which I've reviewed on this very channel. Horst Frank from Cat o' Nine Tails, which I've also reviewed on this channel and don't remember that him being in it. Helga Linné from Nightmare Castle, which I recently reviewed, I believe. I think I reviewed it. Yeah, I did. That was also on Severin. Executive produced by Sergio Martino, Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward, which I also reviewed on this channel, from a screenplay by Ernesto Gastaldi, All the Colors of the Dark. This full-blown, quote-unquote, full-blown classic giallo and one of Lenzi's best, says B-Mania, is now fully restored in a new 2K scan from the original negative. Mr. Gastaldi is actually a member of the film group I own on Facebook called Deep Images, which has about 300 members. It's respectable. We're all kind of friends and know each other. It's kind of an invite-only group, and sometimes a friend will add somebody and I'll approve them if they seem on the up and up, because I try to avoid any kind of drama. I used to co-moderate a Facebook film group that was just, by the end of my tenure as a co-mod, was just dripping with drama and intrigue and it was like a giallo, only without the exciting sex and violence. Just a lot of psychological, bullshit. So, speaking of people that I met from that era who was not into drama, but who's kind of cool, Kat Ellinger did the auto commentary for this movie. She did a really good one for one I watched recently. I think it was Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward, because she did the book about Martina, All the Colors of Sergio Martino. Okay, then there's Lenzi's Lenses, a backstage chat with the director at the 1999 Nocturno Film Festival. Mr. Lenzi left us only within the last few years. Equilateral Triangle, a feature that is screenwriter Ernesto Gastaldi on Lenzi. What I was saying to say is Gastaldi's a member of my group, and I've actually interacted with him, and he's a very nice gentleman. He's kind of a lonely older man, and is really just kind of, just enjoying kind of the twilight years and the fact that he has so many people of a whole another generation or two and from all over the world that are appreciating work he did dating back to the early 60s, all the way up through, I guess, the 90s. And he's still writing, and he's still relevant. I guess he's about 80. Great man. Just a giant one of the most important Italian genre writers. Uh, Certainly, probably the single most important one in the giallo genre. Um, in the horror genre, the only other one I can think of as maybe as almost as important, but not quite, as Dardano Sacchetti. And then there's a host of other ones, but those two stand out, of course. But Gastaldi really not only did giallos, but he dipped into all kinds of genres, and he did script doctor work and uncredited scripts, and then came up with ideas and premises and treatments that were filled out by other people. So he left his mark on dozens, if not hundreds, of Italian films over like a 40-year period. And a cool guy. This also has trailers and an alternate credit sequence. Let's open up. So here is the So Sweet So Perverse Blu-ray with Erica choking Carol. Once again, we have a compact disc. This one is the all out, all of A Quiet Place to Kill soundtrack, the complete So Sweet So Perverse soundtrack, and a bonus track, the title theme from Knife of Ice. And then here's the card with the track listings. And Carol being menaced as ever and looking lovely. Okay, so that's two. We're halfway there. A Quiet Place to Kill. Carol Baker and Jean Sorel, that handsome devil from Belle de Jour and Lizard in a Woman's Skin and One on Top of the Other, and just too many movies to name. This one, the quote reads, "A first-rate thriller. Lenzi's pacing is flawless and Baker is mesmerizing," says 10,000 Bullets. I don't know that site. Blood-Sucking Geek says, "A must for giallo fans. The cinematography is incredible, and Baker and Sorel give spectacular performances." The third Lenzi Baker giallo remaster on Blu-ray with never-before-seen special features. In her third collaboration with director Umberto Lenzi, Carol Baker stars as a glamorous race car driver entangled in a lurid affair with her ex-husband Jean Sorel, Belle de Jour and Lizard in a Woman's Skin, his wealthy new wife, amid a twisted web of lust, murder, and deception. Louis Davilo, Eagles Over London, co-stars in this 1970 Italian-French-Spanish co-production. Released in Italy as Paranoia, though not to be confused with the 1969 U.S. retitle of Orgasmo. So we got Orgasmo in Italy became Paranoia in America, and then we have Paranoia in Italy became A Quiet Place to Kill in America. But we've dumped Paranoia as the official title of either altogether. Featuring a taut screenplay co-written by Bruno Di Geronimo, co-wrote What Have You Done to Solange, and Marcello Coscia co-wrote Let Sleeping Corpses Lie, plus edgy cinematography by Giuliano Mancori, who did Franco Prosperi's Wild Beasts, with other cinematography with Aristide Massachesi / Joe D'Amato, who directed Anthropophagus and many, many others, including one I reviewed here, Beyond the Darkness, Boy Omega. Now scanned from the original camera negative for the first time ever in America. Special features, audio commentary with author and critic Sam Dane. Sam is like Kat Ellinger and my friend Heather Drain. They all write for Diabolic magazine, which is the cult film magazine. Sex and Conspiracy, interview with director Umberto Lenzi, alternative credit sequence, alternative clothed scene, extended scene. I guess we'll figure out what the scenes are when we get to the menu inside. And this is just the Blu-ray. So, lovely, lovely. And here we go, Knife of Ice, Carol Baker and Alan Scott. I'm not the guy who became the Green Lantern, the Golden Age Green Lantern superhero, Alan Scott. It's a Knife of Ice. This is kind of cool. And the quote on here says, "Not your typical giallo. Lenzi keeps things entertaining and inventive with one of the best performances of Baker's career," says 10,000 Bullets. The Terror Trap says, "A tight giallo from Lenzi. Beautifully shot with good performances and an absolutely cool finale. From its opening Edgar Allan Poe quote to the insane climactic twist, This fourth and final collaboration between Umberto Lenzi and Carol Baker is quote-unquote something quite unique, says Gore Girl. With Baker as a traumatized mute being stalked through the Spanish countryside by a black-gloved sex maniac who may be a member of a satanic cult. I mean, what more can you ask for? Evelyn Stewart from The Sweet Body of Deborah, Eduardo Fajardo from Nightmare City. I don't even remember him in that. I do remember him in Django and Lisa and the Devil and numerous spaghetti westerns. Georges Rigaud from Eyeball and Horror Express, and Sylvia Minnelli from Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow all co-star in this quote-unquote offbeat and fascinating giallo thriller, according to AllMovie. Now scanned in 2K from the original negative with all new special features. And here they are. Carol and Umberto's final stab. This is an interview with Stephen Thrower, author of Nightmare USA, a great book that I have about independent horror in America from like the golden, like 60s, 70s, 80s. Until the Silence Screams feature is an interview with director Umberto Lenzi. Has a trailer and alternate credit sequence. So inside we're probably just going to have the Blu-ray. So this is some exciting stuff, man. So I'm going to put these back in the correct left to right order so we don't get all confused here. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to plop these back in here and act accordingly. Slide this thing back on. And this will be my viewing for the evening. I mean, I'm not going to watch all 4 movies. I have to work early. But I'm at least going to watch Orgasmo, and if I have time, I'm going to watch the X-rated Paranoia cut. So, I have worked all day. I'm kind of tired, and I am going to have dinner and have a nice lengthy chat with my lovely new girlfriend, and her name is Bree, and she gave me permission to shout out her first name. So, hey Bree, and I'm going to split, but I wanted to, while I had this fresh from the mail, I thought I'd go ahead and just do the old unboxing thing. I didn't even have to consult my information from Amazon. It was all in here, everything I needed to read. I think Amazon's is just cut and pasted from this anyway, so no insight there. I don't need to read the reviews on Amazon because I can make up my own mind. I've seen all the movies before. I love them all, and I'm super excited about seeing them all on Blu-ray with all these extras, especially like commentaries and stuff from people that I actually know and respect. Severin's done it again, man. So, okay, I'll talk to you soon. Another Blue review will be in the pipe ere the week doth wane. Take care. Thank you.